Hey guys, welcome to Frank's Media and Reviews, and welcome to a beautiful live stream that I have with some wonderful people. Today's live stream is going to be our favorite releases, our favorite boutique labels of 2024. This has been a fantastic year for boutique labels, guys. It's been really insane. Our pockets are empty. Definitely had to strategize on what releases to get. Um, and so, as usual, guys, first of all, thank you so much for joining tonight. Of course, down in the comment section, Ryan Swayze, thank you as always for posting everyone's links to their YouTube channels. Subscribe to them. I'll introduce the people, of course, and then they'll talk about themselves, and then we'll just kind of get into it because it's been a big year and we got a lot to talk about today. So I'm actually going to bring out the first time participant on the live stream. His name is Jake from Steelbook Obsessed. What's going on, Jake?
Nothing too much, Frank. How you doing? I'm glad we're both festive today. It's not like we planned this out or anything.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on, man? I love your little festive onesie.
Yeah, it's definitely one piece, and it's all insulating every single ounce of heat from my body, and it's not escaping. So the hood might go away here very quickly, but excited to talk some boutique labels, man. There's a lot of good releases this year.
There's an uncomfortable fog, probably.
That's it. Correct. Yes. Yeah. I'm glad there's no scratch and sniff on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. From yesterday's. And anyway, guys, next is Jordan from the Movie Den. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Frank, what's going on?
Hell yeah, go Niners, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, this is festive enough. Red, Christmassy.
Exactly. Too bad we're not having a better season.
Yeah, Niners are going somewhere, and that's not the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's always next year.
Yeah. Next is my buddy John from Let's Talk Entertainment Media. What's going on?
What's up, Frank? What's up, guys? Glad to be here as always.
And Ken from Midlevel Media.
You said festive, and I couldn't think of anybody more festive than Mr. Tony Montana.
Well, there's some snow in Scarface.
He does love snow. Let it snow. Let it blow.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hell yeah.
Just a different type of festive.
Dude, this is at Walmart right now, $8.99. See all these chumps buying these T-shirts for $35.
Walmart brings the heat.
That's where I got this, man.
Caddy
don't
colors.
sleep on Walmart.
The Beetlejuice sweatshirt I got from Walmart for like $20. That sucker should go for $50. It's all tie-dyed, multicolored. It looks great.
Almost every Walmart shirt I've gotten, like even after you wash it several times, it still like fits great. I don't know what it is. I think they have the best quality, honestly.
Well, thank you guys. As I said in the back, thank you for joining tonight. I really appreciate it, as always. There is a lot to talk about because, again, this year has been crazy. I think last year as well was just a phenomenal year for boutique labels. And I really wish I had a damn channel last year because holy crap, that was a very good year, especially from Arrow. And this year, though, I really feel like there were some new dogs that really came to play that I would love to talk about with you guys, and some that maybe some haven't heard until a specific release came out. So at first, I'll go through the chat, and then we'll just kind of go into it. I'll start off with, let's go here at the top. So what's going on, Ryan? Again, links down in the description section, down in the comment section down below. Ken, did you get your Blair Witch second sight yet?
No, I didn't.
Are you serious?
No, I mean, I emailed Jesse from Diabolic DVD, and he pretty much told me yesterday that if I didn't have it by then, because from what he heard, they cleared up the mix-up at the post office or whatever, and it was supposed to be on its way. And he told me he was going to reship it to me.
Oh, man.
I didn't get it, so I emailed him back today and said, yeah, go ahead and reship it, because I still don't have it.
At least they're doing that though, and you're not just dogged out of anything.
Good. I guess they keep some extras laying around.
Yeah, that actually happened to me with there was a mix-up at my post office here, the PDX hub. 3 movies were packaged together, and they just it fucking disappeared.
I mean, it's got my Late Night with the Devil set too, because I ordered them both together.
So, nightmare.
Yeah.
And like Blair Witch was like, I was just so in the mood to like get that and watch it.
Oh, that hurts.
One of my most anticipated releases.
Right.
Oh man, it can be like a meme. You know the SpongeBob meme?
Yeah.
Like Patrick or Squidward is looking down upon, and then like everyone else is.
I just got the shipping notification for my last most anticipated for the rest of the year, so hopefully that doesn't get mixed up because it's coming from Diabolic as well. The never-ending story.
There you go. Kevin, better year for Scream Factory or Criterion? I personally would say Scream Factory. I don't collect too much Criterion.
It depends on what you're into. I mean, they release such different types of movies. You know, Scream Factory is very mainstream. Criterion operates more in the obscure.
Good thing. That's part of the reason why I asked you guys specifically to be on this live stream, is because all of us collect pretty much evenly, like all throughout the labels. Obviously some collect more than others. However, we're all pretty diverse. And so that, so John, you're pretty big in the Criterion.
I'm a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Just dabble.
What was the most disappointing 4K release of the year from a boutique label?
Paris, Texas from Criterion hurt me.
Yeah, you recently.
Really? Was that bad? What was it, the transfer,
sure.
or were you just disappointed in other things?
I was disappointed. They changed the colors around, and it just didn't look like the same movie. It's still very clear.
Isn't there one from Curzon or whatever? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, they did theirs, and then over here we got the same scan, but with everything else that they already released. So the only thing that was changed was just the visuals, and I don't know, it didn't work for me. Got nothing else but a visual change, and I didn't like the visual change.
I'll tell you what the best was Happiness.
I have that.
Yeah, man.
I have Happiness on 4K too.
I have to say, I still haven't watched it. I'm almost scared to now.
Yeah, oh my God, Dylan Baker, man, what a
Here
guy!
comes the comments. I would say the most disappointing, and
pedo community on Reddit. I didn't know how vocal they were.
I'm glad you did that review. I didn't know how to approach that one. I was like, maybe I'll leave this one alone.
I just dove head first.
For me, I was going to talk about it, even though this is kind of like our favorite releases, but I still want. You can't talk about 2024 without Kathy's Curse.
Fuck that release.
I threw my case away.
That to me is the most disappointing.
That was just a waste of space on my shelf. I threw the case away and just kept the 4K.
Here's a $10 certificate so you can buy.
That's what I got with the
$70 opera set
or opera, yeah.
Oh, that opera, jeez.
Which I haven't even watched that. Because I finally got the disc I think a month ago, but I haven't watched it.
There's tons of special features. So anyway, Ken, are you going live tomorrow?
I plan to, yes.
What are the most owned releases this month? Must own. At least, give me one, guys. I haven't even gotten mine yet, and I want Demolition Man. I bundled that up.
Demolition Man is probably one that
I
this month. No Country for Old Men. That's amazing.
I haven't gotten
that one. I watched that. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Even he had Atmos, the audio, and that. Oh, jeez.
So I had it ordered from Amazon. Amazon had no ship date, so I canceled it. Ordered from the Criterion website because they gave me a $10 like gift certificate, so I used that. And then I had to pay like $8 shipping, so I really just kind of evened out anyway. So I'm waiting on it to come from Criterion.
My release isn't boutique, but the Apocalypse Now Steelbook from Lionsgate Limited. Yeah,
oh, that's beautiful.
I didn't pick up that the bigger set that had all 6 discs in there, and
like that has the superior cut. Like that, the final cut is not.
And And
the
Heart
best
of
version of that movie, and that's all that Steelbook had before.
I wanted the documentary more than anything, Ken. I
Heart
haven't
of
seen Hearts of
Darkness?
Darkness.
Oh, it's a
yet.
great
Yeah,
documentary.
that's what I've
I went
heard.
through that entire because I watched it when I got it the first time, but I didn't
Mhm.
go through all the features. I did that earlier this year and watched everything.
Yeah.
I love
But-
that release with all
I
6 discs.
yeah.
I just love the idea of Lionsgate Limited and what they're going to do next year. I think that's one to look out for sure, because they don't have a middleman for a retailer anymore. They can do whatever they want and just kind of put it on their website and post and see what happens.
Which you guys saw the prices today on
Yeah, $40.
that's a little that's higher than what they used to sell. I remember those Lionsgate Steelbooks used to be about $24 at Best Buy.
I mean, I'm conflicted with how I feel about that because it is like it's good quality. It's just it's worth that money. Maybe worth 35, maybe not 40.
Well, I saw somewhere,
but it's just they conditioned us for years to expect that for $20, and now
I've
it's
got
like
some,
to basically double it. You know, it's just like it stings for sure.
I've got some insight
from 35.
I've got some inside information on like what they used to be priced by Best Buy, and they weren't really happy with the prices that Best Buy was putting out. It wasn't up to Lionsgate; it was up to the retailer.
I could see that.
Jordan, what are you about to say?
Well, two things. I was going to say I did see somewhere that they were going to be releasing some standard editions of like those Kill Bill and stuff, and I saw some.
Oh yeah.
I actually one of those today.
I kind of like the slip covers better than the steel books on some of those. I think they look
the Kill Bills, right?
Like,
yeah, that's what I saw.
They're a little bit too. I don't know. Too much going on, I guess.
I think they're trying to do like Mondo a little bit too much on that artwork, and I don't know if it's like working.
I like the Jackie Brown one. I like the image that they have on the inside of it going down the airport. Whatever they call it, not escalator, but whatever the thing she was walkway. Yeah.
I think another good one was Anchor Bay. I mean, they're not crazy big releases, but I was surprised.
Came back from the dead. Love to see it.
I haven't checked any of those out yet, but
Abruptio was pretty crazy.
That's what I keep on hearing.
I need to watch it.
And I've heard Crust is kind of nuts too.
Yeah, I didn't get Crust. I just got Abruptio, but I do want to pick up Crust. I got to see the Sock Monster.
The plot to Crust sounds crazy. It is.
That's a late night showing.
And it comes back to life, or it comes to life because he's coming in the sock.
What?
That's super
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Rudolph.
That's Crust.
Yeah, that's Crust for you.
That's peak cinema right there.
Absolute cinema.
Can't wait to watch.
What's the best box set of the year?
I have my answer. For me, it's pretty easy.
I don't have it, but that Capra set looks pretty damn cool.
Oh, I do have that one. That's a good one.
I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on that, but I don't know.
It was a low.
I don't feel like it's gonna sell out, so I'm trying to wait till it drops like $20 or $30 more.
Right. Mine will show off later today.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be that Never Ending Story box set.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Would that be a box set, or would you just call
mine got shipped from Diabolic.
It is a book.
Yep.
It's just a book.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that answer will be probably answered later on, or that question will be answered later on. What's going on, Adrian? What's going on, Chase? Brian, Cowabunga? What's going on, Tiana? What's up, Brian? What's going on? People saying what's up. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. There's William. What's going on? And Mr. Smelly Potato, Saxy Boy 1505. What's going on?
We ain't started yet, Saxy. Oh yeah, somebody called out the Creep box set. That's supposed to be on the way too. My Vinegar Syndrome stuff's on the way. I bet all this shit comes like
I just got that today. I can't wait to show it to you guys.
Creep was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, good. What's going on, Mike? I'm gonna skip some people. So yeah, Jeff, what's going on?
Top priority's got to be Congo though. As soon as I
yeah. Bo, what's up? Prince, what's going on? Quietly Games, what's going on? And Tales from the Shelf, what's up?
What up, Mark?
And let's see. I just want to make sure. Uncle V, I haven't had you on before, so what's going on?
That's guy from my channel. That's my buddy.
Go
Vinny.
Uncle, you like long-time viewer, like Uncle V, like
Yeah.
oh, okay, what's going on, man?
The guy who made
Pat-
me watch a Serbian film.
Yeah. I remember those are the old days. So
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off. Let's go with I am going to start off with, damn it. I think I'm going to start off with guys, what has been the most surprising boutique label of this year, and what are some of your favorites? So I'm pretty sure you guys have like some around you. Jake, I'm going to start with Jake, Jordan, John, Ken, and then of course I'm last. So go ahead, Jake.
Okay. Mine, I have been lucky enough to be partners with this label for 3 years now. And I feel like in 2024, Umbrella Entertainment has finally gotten its footholds into the US. I feel like their releases have been superb this year and definitely a step up. They've been kind of high quality last year, but I feel like the titles that they're coming out with this year have been very, very good. We had a great box set of Late Night with the Devil. Absolutely love this freaking thing. But they're super duper beefy box sets. Like I feel like if I'm going to add a box set to my collection, it's going to take up this much space. I want to have it like kind of be a huge encyclopedic edition of a film.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite box set of the year. Super Mario Brothers Trust the Fungus. This thing is so amazing in a movie that I loved as a kid. And it's just kind of crazy that we got something like this for this. I love it. But then like on the complete other spectrum, we have like Caligula, which I haven't watched that yet. Before. I have not watched it yet. I'm kind of nervous to watch it.
No, you're skip a couple scenes, but it's good. I'll tell you right now.
Which cut did you watch? The 4-hour extra dick cut.
There's 5 different cuts in this thing.
Yeah, no, I just stick with the ultimate cut. You that's all you need.
You get everything.
Oh, you need to see.
That's extra shot.
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm nervous to watch it, but the box set for it is absolutely insane.
All I know is I had to cut out a lot of stuff in my unboxing video.
I bet you did. Yeah, the Playgirl. Yeah, the Playboy that's or penthouse that's included. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I think my favorite thing they did all year was probably the Hell House box set. I'm such a fan of found footage, and I just sat down and watched all 4 of those over like the course of 3 or 4 days. And
scariest 4 days of your life.
Man, I don't know. There's just something about that genre that I can't go to sleep. Like it's weird. I'm like looking over my shoulder and I lay down. I got to close the closet and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. There's some
they were great.
Movies. There's some found footage movies that seem very gimmicky, but Hell House LLC was not.
The first one just like I think it's next level. Yeah. And I really like Carmichael Manor because I'd never seen that one before. And the fact that all of those were first time to Blu-ray, but also 3 of them had never been put out on physical media at all.
Right.
So that's cool.
And all their stuff is free, which is amazing. And I feel like they don't advertise that, so we have to advertise that.
They don't. And I think that kind of worked against them. They pissed a lot of people off for that.
The Master of the Universe.
Because they specifically said that it was going to be region locked. They put out like an extra statement and people like emailed them to ask and they said, yes, this is region locked. And when I got it and showed it off and said, no, this is not region locked. There was people that were pissed off about that.
I'm pretty sure they had to say that because legally you have to say that.
That's what I tried to tell people. I was literally arguing with this guy in the comments section for like 10 back and forth comments. It's like, no, they said that it was region locked. I'm like, well, I'm telling you, it's not.
I have 100%. It here. Played it on a region.
Just played it on my regular player. It worked. PS4, it plays.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're talking about it. I mean, we might as well. I mean, shit. Because Umbrella has just with that Super Mario set, they just jumped on the scene, man. That was towards the beginning of the year. Was that February? I want to say
early.
I think
it was supposed to be January, but it got like delayed, I think.
Okay, yeah. I just know that for me, I just started the channel. and there was that contest, and the social media contest, and I have the number one
Nice.
of this. I never win anything, like anything. And so I just remember I was just like dumbfounded that I was very fortunate to get this release, and then of course obviously it being number one. Yeah, this release is just simply phenomenal. Just, I mean, Jordan, we all, we talked about this last night's stream on Mike's channel. Which check out that live stream, y'all, on Mike's YouTube channel. But yeah, I mean, this was just insane, and to start off the year with such a dense, in-depth, so much goodies, and just everything that you can think of or want as a fan of a film, and then put into it like as a collector. Just like all the goodies, man. Even like a damn little still, a little of a film.
Right?
I love
the film. Yeah,
like,
this thing is amazing.
That is like a nice little like cherry on the top.
Umbrella puts goodies. Yeah, Umbrella puts goodies in their release
that was a release
nobody else can even touch. I love how unique their stuff is.
That was a release so nice they did it twice.
Yeah.
It sold out so fast.
Yeah. Oh shit, we need to make more.
Which I thought was cool that they changed it. They made it different. That way the people that got it the first time still felt like they got something that was limited.
It still has like
they got the superior version
in there.
It doesn't have the little piece of film. It's got a regular book instead of a hardback like the first one, but a little bit dumbed down, but it's still pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed out on Trust the Fungus, but I have the one up, and I'm just
it's the same thing. You're just missing a little film thing. That's it.
Yeah. Well, another thing I think Umbrella no one
I think there was something extra in there though. Wasn't there something extra in the one up that the first one didn't have? I think the cards were like a different size or something. There was another difference.
Oh, yeah, because these have to be cut a certain way to fill the film sell in. So
I like the cards in the one up edition better than the first one. Oh, okay. I can't remember what the difference was. I think they're a little bit smaller, just like normal cards.
Well, another thing I think Umbrella is really cool is I think they're the coolest label that if you line them up by spine, they look the best together because it's like perfect even.
They look sharp.
Your OCD is gonna really like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
However, I mean, I only got like 25 releases over there, and they're taking up half of my shelf. Just one. So.
They look so nice, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Jordan. Well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna switch it because I mean, Umbrella was such a big surprise for everyone. I don't know. Did you guys want to talk about Umbrella, or did you just still want to stay on the topic?
You haven't got your full moon set, have you yet, Jake?
No, but it's coming soon.
It's coming. Yeah, I just got that shipping notification too. They were a little bit late on that. I got the December stuff supposed to be coming before.
I think they were switching warehouses, is what I heard.
Yeah.
But they're coming out with that Sasquatch Sunset, a movie that is okay, but like the packaging for it is very furry, which I've never seen a furry box set. Like they just do weird ass shit, and I absolutely
they're definitely a label that's like they're for like, not to say this in a bad way, but they're for the package collectors, the people that really care about like how the editions look and that kind of stuff, and that's kind of who they cater to. But they put out an very interesting selection of movies for sure. Yeah. A lot I haven't watched yet, but a lot that seem very cool and unique.
For me, how I got into Umbrella is because of some of the Asian films, the Korean films, and then of course like Possession. I have it back there. Possession. Talk to Me and Possession was like my first films from last year, and then once I saw like they have like Korean films, like I kind of just went into that with Audition, The Raid.
I just watched I Saw the Devil with my wife last week.
Oh man, I have. Oh dude,
it's a gnarly movie. I've seen the movie, but I haven't watched that edition. Yeah.
Jordan, you dive deep into Umbrella this year.
I did,
man.
So I showed up kind of late to the game on Umbrella. Like I'm talking like middle of this year. I didn't never really had, and actually what put Umbrella on my radar, I think it was Ken. It was one of your videos. Might've been, you were talking about the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. The movie is
crazy
terrible. Let's be honest, it's terrible. But
I like the first one better.
The packaging is what told me. I was like, dude, you can get a Disney storybook. That's like, that's what it looks like.
Cool.
Yeah, and so that's what kind of got me into it. That was actually my first Umbrella release I ever picked up. And then after that, I think it was actually, I got it not really secondhand, but Dead End Drive-In. So I picked that up, and then that just took me down, a deep rabbit hole. I think I didn't talk about this last night, but The Raid, I think this is one of their best. It's not.
I think it was like their. I think the artwork on that one was maybe the best they did.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
I
obviously
just really like that.
Yeah, it's not your massive Caligula, Super Mario, Hell House, nothing like that. But
it's a big one though. It's a big one.
Yeah, it's big. I think what they put in it and the artwork too. I
actually read that book because it's a graphic novel. Like that's the type of books I want. I'm so sick of like essay books in my releases.
And it's a hardback graphic novel. I mean, that's what I love.
So cool, and it's hardbound. It's a great release.
Yeah.
Oh, but, I'd be remiss if I did not say, if you're looking into Umbrella and you haven't ordered there before, use the discount code SteelBook15. You'll save 15%. And you need that because shipping is a bitch from Australia. I'll be completely honest, but that will pretty much take care of the shipping on that stuff.
Hey, you know what's funny is I've used Steelbook 15 because you can only use it once on per account you have, and I have like 6 accounts. Every time. Steelbook 15.
I'm glad it worked.
Yeah.
John,
I have no code because Jake's better at this than me.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, did you did you want to talk about Umbrella, or did you just still want to just go to most?
We've been talking about him, buddy.
Okay. All right. Well then, Jordan, what about you, man? Yeah, your most surprising boutique label.
Man, I was gonna say Umbrella, but Jake beat me to it. But one I had never heard of, and actually Chris at the Bearded Film Guy, he told me about this, and I had thought about getting it, and I wasn't sure. And I've been really getting into Italian horror for a long time, or well, not a long time, but recently a lot. And Cauldron Films, the Houses of Doom set, this thing is amazing. I know not a lot of people talk about Cauldron Films that I've seen, but I mean, you've got the soundtrack for, I think, the first 2 films, and they're Blu-ray, but I mean, these are fantastic releases. And one thing that I like is these are all supposed to be, TV films. They're supposed to be made for TV, and the studio or the network that requested these to be made were like, hey, we can't put these on TV, so they got canned from TV. So but if you guys haven't seen this, definitely check that out. And that's one that I didn't even think about, was Cauldron Films. It just kind of popped up with this, and so I think that's one. I don't know, another one for me too. I mean, they've been fantastic over the years, but Second Sight this year too. I mean, they've have a couple releases that I think, I mean, The Hitcher, like that was promised how long ago? You know what I mean?
They pulled it off,
and they did, and they definitely.
Second Sight is definitely a heavy hitter.
That's what I was gonna say. Second Sight this year surprised me. Like, I know they've been around, but this year especially, they really was. This year High Tension too, because that was another big release for them.
Yeah, I got delayed to January, so
yeah. I mean, that's
Mean
my
Streets. That was a great release.
Mean Streets was phenomenal. Yeah.
Possessor, Green Room.
Late Night with the Devil in 4K, the only people to do that. So,
well, just recently the Blair Witch. I mean, I know the replacement thing, but how about that documentary? If you guys watch that,
I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like it's probably between The Hitcher and Blair Witch, like which was their biggest release of the year. Maybe The Hitcher, just because there was more anticipation for it.
Yeah, I had years of like build up.
Yeah, well, and because the only gripe I can say about Second Sight is that they're region B locked, which just kind of stinks for people to get into them in the States. Yeah, I know.
We'll watch the special features in here because that's where my region.
Well, they put their special features on the 4K disc, don't they?
There was.
Yes, they
They
do.
do.
They
So,
do.
like,
Yeah.
you still watch them. You know,
Did they
But
put the
then
documentary
again,
on there though?
like you can't
not
get the
sure
Blair
on that
Witch.
one.
Blair Witch is Blu-ray.
It's all
Blu-ray
Blu-ray.
is Blu-ray. Okay,
Yeah.
so that
So
sucks.
you know, if you don't have a Vision 3 or that
Yeah, that's
Panasonic,
right. I keep forgetting about
kind
that.
of,
Yeah.
which I found out with the Panasonic. So I just picked up the Urban Legends 88 film set, and that will not work on the Panasonic Blu-ray player at all.
It's region free.
Oh,
Yeah, well, so the Panasonic, I have the same one as Frank, and there's a little hack you can do to bypass all the codes. And 88 films, it won't work. I found that out.
Oh, they're wise to
the other day.
y'all's hacks. 88.
they're watching.
I thought
Yeah,
that was crazy.
really quick. Does anyone know about this one? Saxy Boy asked about the Terrifier.
I looked,
Heart
and
Attack.
the Terrifier 3 has HDR only and no Dolby Vision. I can't remember if the Umbrella one has Dolby Vision or not. I would have to look it up. I can look it up on their site real quick.
Me too. Yeah, but that Art Attack box set with all 3 of them, I guess 4 movies in 4K is kind of nice.
Yeah. Even All Hallows Eve.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
it
what
also-
That's Blu-ray.
Oh, okay,
The
okay,
3
okay.
are on 4K. It's included in the set though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
because
that
I
thing's
missed
gonna be
out on the previous one. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. Holy cow.
And they're coming out with so much merchandise for art to like go through. Like, they have like
I know.
12 days of Artsmiths pretty much with like t-shirts and
body
body
pillow.
pillows and a whole bunch of random shit.
Yeah, they were the damn label for Terrifier. Holy cow, man. Like they
It's
a
got
good
Dolby
deal.
Vision. Terrifier 3's got Dolby Vision from Umbrella.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah.
John, what about you, man? What's been your most surprising boutique label?
I was gonna say Second Sight, but I'll go with like 88 films because they kind of surprised me this year with I know American Pie. Like I didn't expect them to release a big title like that, and the Witchmaster General, the Witchmaster General is another one I really like, starring Vincent Price, and they released that on 4K this year. So 88 films before this year, you know, I knew of them, but I heard them more this year than any other year. So they really surprised me this year.
I just got this in this eyeball release.
Eyeball.
Looked pretty
Look at that
good.
eyeball.
It does look
Look at
nice.
that eyeball.
Yeah,
And yeah, From Beyond too.
Dude,
Like,
and I was gonna
the
say,
artwork
I
on
just
this
watched
is
that From
awesome.
Beyond right before I came on, and
So both From Beyonds have really nice box art too. The Vinegar Syndrome and that one.
Yeah, I will say this one's. I think I like the artwork on this
I'm a
one
little
better.
more partial to 88 films too. I think.
I saw.
But this is missing the documentary from the Vinegar Syndrome, and that was a really great documentary.
I have the BS one, but I love the colors, so they both kind of strike my eye.
Sure.
American Pie definitely sold me. I had them in my stack just for this.
I
Just for this
too.
alone. Just putting the freaking original poster like on a box set, like that's cool as shit.
And I was able to get that on Black Friday for $18.
Man, it's
That's
wow.
That's
the
absolutely
picture quality is great. Like that
It is.
Blu-ray was just not that good at all. And it's like that 4K really was incredible.
You guys are making me excited. Mine's supposed to be coming in soon.
It was a great upgrade, and it had 2 new features too, as well. They weren't like incredible features, but
anything
new
new
is
is
new.
nice.
Yeah, that's one label that I need to get into is 88 Films.
Well, all the stuff we were talking
this
about.
Project
is
8
overseas.
too is really cool.
I have that one too. That's the one I was going to talk about. Like over in the States, we didn't get a lot of like the From Beyonds or American Pies or titles like that. They released a lot of like martial arts stuff. And I knew nothing about Project A at all. But this box set is nice. Just the quality of it is great. The artwork on it is superb, and it's got double-sided artwork on everything. Like,
is that the Jackie Chan?
Yeah,
one?
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
I've never even heard of these movies until this set came out. And
I know nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know there's some Jet Li movies that I wanted to get from 88 Films, but yeah, international, the UK, they're getting some damn good releases, man.
They've always got the horror stuff. I mean, they did the Urban Legend, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and didn't they do Anaconda as well? Wasn't like an Anaconda box set, and I think Species too.
I want more releases like American Pie though. Like that one just kind of hit me like, oh dang, okay, they're releasing stuff.
Yeah,
like
do them all. Do the American Pie 2,
Get a good
American
box set
Wedding.
with
Reunion's not bad.
Reunion.
Ken, what about you, man? What's been the most surprising?
I think the label that I don't know if it's surprising because they always like work hard and get stuff out, but when I think of like the label that's just like nose to the ground, just like grunt worker, just getting stuff out there, doing quality work. I love my packaging. They're not known for their packaging, but Kino Lorber, like just like when you want to talk about just the quantity of stuff that they put out, like we're talking about a lot of labels that put out like 5, 6 really solid releases. Kino Lorber had like 4, 5, 6 4Ks that came out like every month this year, in addition to like 20 something Blu-rays as well.
Crazy.
And they're putting stuff out that has never been on Blu-ray before, never been on 4K before. And I watched, I think, like 7 or 8 of my Kinos in the past like week and a half. So I'm kind of like high on my Kinos right now. And some of those like have features that have like new features. I didn't even realize like how much like new special features they're actually doing.
Sure.
But Crybaby was an insanely incredible.
I figure we're going to be talking about that.
So what's funny about that is
We got some Kino stuff.
I don't have one Kino label. I know, but I literally today just bought Crybaby. It's supposed to come in on Thursday, I think.
This thing's got, I believe, it's got a new documentary and it's got like 9 interviews. They interview the actress from prison in this movie. It's actually a really sad story with her going to prison and stuff and what happened. But
she never mentions it though in the interview. It's
Ricky Lake does an interview on here. Like Tracy Lords does like a 20-minute interview. Like it's a great release. John Waters, like they put everything to this. Like to me, like this is one of the best releases of the year. And not a ton of people are talking about it. Like this would probably definitely be in my top 5 of the year. Like no doubt.
Damn.
Picture quality was stellar, and I've always loved Crybaby. Like I've been watching this movie since I was like 9 or 10, so this is just like a special release for me personally. But yeah, fantastic release from Kino.
Yeah, I'm excited for their 2025 slate. I think it's going to be really big. You start to see like all their John Candy films.
Uncle Buck, baby, in February.
And if you don't want to pay 26, 27 to get it like the week it comes out, just wait a couple months for the sale, and they usually have all their new titles in the sale, or most of their recent titles in the sale for like $17.99, $18.99. They did Kindergarten Cop this year, which wasn't great for special features, but the picture quality was great. But this movie like never had any special features. You go back and look at the Blu-ray DVD, like there's nothing. I don't know.
Not sitting down.
But there are 2 new audio commentaries on it. Leviathan was a really good release that they did. Sudden Death, like, and they just cover so many different genres. Like it's impossible, like for anybody to say that I'm not into Kino Lorber because they do something for everybody.
Yeah, they definitely do the shotgun approach for physical media.
The Fletch movies on Blu-ray. They go back and do 20s movies on 4K. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Turbulence was a phenomenal movie. I'd never seen this, and I loved it.
See, I didn't know it was a Christmas.
I would call it a Christmas movie.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I'm not calling Die Hard a Christmas movie. I would call Turbulence one.
What? Yeah, like Ken's right. Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
Something's wrong with your connection, Ken.
All over this movie.
Got this guy.
Decorated. They're playing "It's a Wonderful Life" on the screen in the plane.
There's watch Die Hard already, Ken.
You have psychotic Ray Liotta, like with "It's a Wonderful Life" playing behind.
You're killing me, Smalls, man.
Everybody's wearing Christmas outfits and shirts and stuff. But I love Turbulence. I thought this was an amazing movie. Amazing movie. And the 4K looked great. And I just watched Blown Away as well. They did this year. I like this movie. I didn't love it, but the 4K was like amazing quality. And In and Out, like this is one of my favorite comedies from the 90s growing up. I thought they did a great job on this. And I think that there was a couple new features on this one as well. I think one of them was with the director, Frank Oz. And then Bad Lieutenant this year. That was a great 4K.
I still need to see that, man.
This
Great
movie's
4K.
like
Crazy
insane. Freaking insane. Narrow margin. Like this is one of my favorite first time watches of the year. Like
what is that?
So this has Gene Hackman and Ann Archer in it. It's basically this woman like witnesses a murder and a mob boss is involved, and Gene Hackman has to find her so she can testify against him, and they're kind of on the run. And I think like pretty much like half the movie takes place on a train, and they're like stuck on the train with the people that are trying to find them. So, but it's a really good thriller. You got like 60-year-old Gene Hackman like on the side of a train hanging off like by the end of it. So it was a really great movie though, and the 4K was great. And like their Kino Cult line, like they really like just went all in on the Kino Cult stuff this year. They're up to like almost 30, I think. Re-releasing some of those old Scream Factory releases like Frogs and Kingdom of Spiders, Food of the Gods. So I think like people don't necessarily like think about it because they just don't do those like fancy box sets and stuff. But I think Kino Lorber is absolutely like one of the top 3 labels of 2024, in my opinion.
One of my favorite transfers of the year was Play Misty for me. Like,
I haven't seen that one yet. Like, so many like Clint Eastwood
in there that are just like, oh my god,
first
this
movie.
Like movie.
What was that movie?
Play Misty for me, Clint Eastwood.
Oh, okay.
His directorial debut, I believe.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's another thing I will say that I think Kino does pretty cool is all their westerns.
Yeah, westerns, like they're a great label for westerns. They do everything. The only one I wasn't high on with them this year was the Boogans.
That was, yeah, I did not like that one. Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of the movie, and I didn't think the transfer was particularly that good. But it was a very low budget horror film. But they probably did their best.
Well, for me, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think I would still say my answer would be Umbrella, just because where they kind of like were from last year to this year is just incredible. Again, with the packaging. So you guys already touched upon it, and of course we talked about it in the beginning of the dang show. So I'll just kind of move on from that. But I mean, I guess my other thing, one of my favorite releases from Umbrella Entertainment would be Triangle. I really love this movie. Such a psychological, fantastic film.
I read the book. It's like a Groundhog's Day time travel-ish movie, which I had no idea about.
Yeah,
going in.
Really,
it's like Deja Vu and Fate. Like
everybody got on me when I unboxed it and said I shouldn't have
it's full circle.
Looked at the book and just went in cold.
It's kind of a
crazy movie.
Yeah.
I was like, well, kind of doing my job here, but
right.
Yeah. Another one was my favorite, and it's up there somewhere. Damn it! It's Goodnight Mommy. I really love that.
Was
movie,
a good
man.
one.
Oh my! I think honestly, I love the simplicity of that design, and I think that's definitely my favorite, or at least second favorite design from them, because I think it really captures what the movie is. And so yeah, I think just one thing that I really love about boutique labels is that they put so much, and we talked about this yesterday, Jordan, a little bit, was that boutique labels, man, they put so much damn thought, love. Yeah. I mean, these are done by physical media, film lovers, physical media lovers, and you can just tell because they're so damn unique. It's just freaking awesome, man. Next, I want to talk about your most surprising, like, just movie release. Like, so I guess I'll start it off as an example. Is my most surprising, and it's by a new label, and that's by Celluloid Dreams, and that's The Case of the Bloody Iris. This was a stunning release. I need to rewatch the film because I thought the film was good, not like great Italian or giallo film. But
I'll be honest, I popped it in and I fell asleep.
But
which isn't unheard of for me to do, especially on a Friday night when it's like I'm done with my work week. But I didn't return to it.
But yeah, they knocked it out of the park with the 4K transfer, just all the attention to detail, the special features on this. I mean, it just looks so damn sharp and clean. I mean, I don't know, man. I was just surprised. In the middle of the year, this was my number one was The Case of the Bloody Iris, and I was just shocked. New labels don't do that well, like that.
Who put that out,
specifically that well? Celluloid Dreams.
Celluloid Dreams, yeah, and that's the only release they've done so far too.
Yeah, the next one.
Have they announced anything?
Yeah, they have. The next one is Short Night of Glass Dolls. That's supposed to be out within the next few months.
They're clearly making like these kind of lost, forgotten giallo films their thing.
Yeah, and I can't wait, man. That I love that subgenre. I love that genre. And if they put out another like hit like this, holy cow, man. And there was an interview with Heath about I want to say the owner of Celluloid Dreams, the founder, and just saying that, you know, they're taking their time, so they're only going to put out like one, probably two movies out again, because they're such a small label. But holy shit, man, they're just fantastic, and I always like say, get this film, man.
What were the features like on that? Was there new features? Because I imagine that had never been released before.
To my knowledge, I want to say like all of it, because it's all, when I looked at the special features, they look like they were just done like last year in 2023.
Now I think their next one, somebody else announced it too.
Oh yeah,
am I wrong? Because they announced that, and I think somebody else announced the same movie.
Oh, which one?
So they'll be competing with somebody.
The Short Night of Glass Dolls.
Yeah, Short Night of Glass Dolls.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I think somebody else announced it.
Oh man,
I can't remember who.
Jake, what about you?
Off my stack of movies that I have over here, I guess the one that surprised me the most, that I was very happy to see get a physical media release, is probably be Hush from Scream Factory, a movie that was on Netflix for the longest time, never really got a physical media release. And the amount of love and care that's not only into like the 4K transfer of this movie, they have a new cut of the film. All the special features on here are great. And it actually made me want to watch a commentary, because it was a video commentary. And I feel like that needs to be done more often, because I was captivated. It's pretty much just like a video podcast. Like, that's the type of stuff that
they need to do all of them like that going forward, because that's the only way I'm going to listen to audio commentaries, because it just feels like you're watching like a live stream or something like that.
And I know the hard part is like, it's hard to get everybody in one room, but when you can do it, because you just capture magic, and people just like not getting together since they've made the film. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I watched like half of that after I watched the movie. So yeah.
Yeah, good release.
Yeah, fantastic release, man. Jordan, what about you?
One that surprised me, I think, and then finally came out from Synapse and Red Shirt, Trick or Treat. You know, I think people went crazy for this. I was shocked. I lucked out because I actually got mine from Synapse website. So, I think a bunch of other sites crashed. So did Synapse with this release, but the special features in this, the transfer looks phenomenal. Right when you see Gene Simmons as the radio DJ coming in, I mean, even from the main menu when you start, I was shocked. And this was actually, I had never seen this movie, and so I picked this up, and I'm so glad I did. The movie itself is phenomenal. I love it. And then they have a really good kind of, it's not a documentary, it's just kind of a tribute video to I can't think of the actor's name who plays Sammy Kerr, but about him. And they got like his friends and family from
Sammy something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no,
that's the character. Sammy
That's the
Kerr.
character. Yeah.
I can't remember the actor's name, but they did this really awesome tribute to him that I thought was it's a good watch. And they have a lot of cool new special features with this. And I'm excited to see what else Red Shirt Productions, I think is what they're called, and Synapse does next. But,
they announced their next release. I can't remember what it was though. I can't remember.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they announced something.
Pass me
coming in 2028.
That special feature was
temporarily
really nice, man. Too.
Yeah.
Release. Yeah, that documentary was great. I think that's the best like special feature all year.
Nah, I was gonna. That's another topic. You son of.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no.
I got
That's great though, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Just fantastic, man. Another one just knocked it out of the park. John, what about you, buddy?
I'm gonna go with I guess they're a boutique label because I never heard of them. Icon Film Distributors did Austin Powers this year on 4K Blu-ray,
Did you
and
get
I loved
that?
it. I loved it. I have it over there. I didn't bring it over here, but that was a
Is that
great
good?
release. Yeah, it looks so good. I just never knew there was an international cut of that movie, so when I was watching it, it felt wrong because it had some scenes inserted that I'd never seen before, and apparently that's just how it's always been for them. Everybody else but the U.S.
Damn. Do they have the regular version too?
No, you can only watch that cut on that
Weird.
4K. Yeah, and they're all used to it. Like I was like, I thought this was something new. I was like, they'll just probably have both versions.
I
but
don't
they
know
just
if I
have
would
that
even notice. Like I watched the first Austin Powers quite a bit, but I didn't watch it near as much as I did Spy Who Shagged Me. I've probably seen that like 100 times.
That's the one.
So I would like be able to tell a difference with that one.
I just remember the melons from the first one.
Just
covering all
Does
those
is the first one the tent scene?
My man.
the tent
Is that
scene.
Is that the Spy Who Shagged Me?
I think that's the Spy Who Shagged Me.
She's pulling shit out of his ass.
Yeah,
that's the second
yeah.
one. Yeah.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
The first one's a lot of a lot of vagina.
When he does
When
that U-turn in the hallway.
Yeah, he looks back every single time to go an inch and a half.
I need to rewatch those movies.
Oh, they're great.
That's I would love some kind of like box set of
I would too.
of those movies.
Yeah, here we have a terrible pack, so it was nice to see.
I hope people find their sense of humor and like comedy starts to thrive like horror does in physical media at some point.
I wish.
Nobody cares about comedies.
Never.
Who's the label that does Austin Powers over here in the States?
It's Warner Brothers because it was
Warner
New Line.
Brothers? How in the heck have they not done a 4K for that over here?
Because people don't care about comedies.
Yeah, comedy just doesn't. It gets the shaft here. Like 88.
I mean, Kino's. That's another reason why I love Kino because they're diving straight in.
Well, that's what I said.
To this 80s, 90s stuff. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Holy cow!
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
John, I heard you whisper it. 88 films would be great for that Austin Powers, like a trilogy.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
100%.
Oh man,
at least someone okay because we need all three. Like the first one's great, but like you guys said, the Spy Who Shagged Me it might be better.
That's my
one I've watched the most.
It is. I think it's the best.
Holy cow, John, or sorry, Ken. What about you?
Most surprising release? Is that what we're doing? Well, I mean, a big one for me personally, I didn't think we would get this, was Demolition Man. But I didn't bring Demolition Man over here. So I'm going to talk about this other one that was pretty long awaited, only had a DVD release. And I consider, this is technically a studio, but I still consider this a sub, like boutique label of them. But Bringing Out the Dead, Martin Scorsese's Bringing Out the Dead from...
good pick, yeah.
From Paramount Presents. Like this got the full treatment. Like there's so many like great special features. You have a new feature here with Martin Scorsese. You got a new interview with Nicolas Cage. Actually, like Nicolas Cage came back to do a brand new interview, which you just don't see that kind of stuff very often.
Yeah.
Paul Schrader did a new interview, and then the cinematographer did a new interview, and then you had like all the past like on-set interviews of some of the lesser cast members. But the 4K looked incredible. This also included the Blu-ray as well. And this is one I know, like, I like the movie. I don't think it's one of Martin Scorsese's best films. Like, it's definitely like, it's a very like dark film for sure. Like, I think you have to have like a specific film taste to really like get this movie on that level to like think it's a masterpiece. But it is a good movie, and it is one that did deserve this treatment. So I'm glad that Paramount brought this one and gave it this nice treatment. So
I love Ving Rhames in that movie, man. Oh my god, he is so damn funny.
It really is. Like I didn't, because I watched this a few years ago. I didn't remember just how it's kind of just like an anthology a little bit. How like he's working with different people, like like 3 parts in the movie. But no, it's a cool movie. But the 4K looked incredible though.
I really liked it. I just have to mention this, especially since I'm a horror fan. I was shocked when Second Sight announced Creep again, that just released this month, right? Technically, the December, right? And oh my god, because this was, I don't think there was there maybe a DVD? No, maybe not even a DVD. There was no Blu-ray.
There was a
know
DVD.
that.
I had the DVD.
Is there a DVD? Okay.
Yeah, I bought it for
But,
$4 from like a half price books back in the day.
but yeah, I was shocked that we got this because this is to me one of the best found footage horror films out there, and just gosh, man, it is so damn good. And I really hope that Second Sight does Creep 2, because Creep 2 to me is just as good as this one, if not better.
I've only seen Creep 2 once. Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Is that still on Netflix?
I think so.
That was when I saw it.
It wasn't a Netflix exclusive though, was it?
No, it was on Shudder. I want to say
Was it on Shudder first? It was 2017. I know I saw the first one on Netflix.
I don't know.
And the second one on Netflix.
I just saw Creep. Was it a couple of years ago?
Second one's good though. I like the second.
Yeah,
one.
oh dude, it's so good. So anyway, I was just shocked when Second Sight announced this, man. So I can't. This just got delivered today, and I can't wait to dive into it, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, mine showed up yesterday, the day before, and I just watched it last night for the first time. And you want to talk about scary, him with that mask in the hall against the door. Just that's a good.
I mean, you got a legitimately like great actor in a found footage movie. Probably the best performance in any found footage movie.
Right? Yeah,
Mark Duplass.
Yeah, and the creep tapes is on Shudder, and the season just
I haven't
ended.
got to watch it.
I haven't either.
Oh, really?
I wanted to.
Yeah, seriously, man. If you guys haven't seen Creep, oh my gosh, so damn good.
Another big one for Second Sight I'll call out that I kind of saw that it was going to come, but I didn't really expect it was going to be this year. But Year Next was a great release, and definitely got me excited when they announced that. And that had like I think it was like an hour and a half special feature with Adam Wingard and the writer, like just sitting there talking about the movie, and it was just so engaging and engrossing. And
I love new interviews on it.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed Second Sight really dived into a lot this year was found footage. Definitely. You've got
man. Oh my
God. I missed out on the Sacrament and the
Sacrament.
Goji, was it Gojam Haunted?
Yeah, that one was awesome. But the Sacrament, let me tell you,
got it all here, man. Oh my God! Bam! Sacrament.
I got to backtrack and get a couple of those. Hopefully, the box sets are still available.
His fucking amazing of that Jim Jones type character, stunning.
Yeah, Congeum.
You were kind of complaining a little bit about the box sets for Umbrella. I've started to only get the standard editions of Second Sight. I don't like the packaging of Second Sight, like with the discs itself. That kind of bothers me with their stuff.
That's one thing that's hard, especially with their 4Ks, is that digipack, because
I don't like
it. Doesn't
you don't like that it has a digipack? Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, what's the difference between the two? Because I find them pretty comparable, but I guess the digipack would be the
right. And I collect Second Sight for the content on the disc. Like they second to none. Their 4K transfers are phenomenal, and they put a lot.
I mean, they let their features breathe. It's like 20, 30 minutes. You know, sometimes it's annoying if I want to try to get through something, but there's other times where I just sit there and soak it all in. Like the Year Next, I watched everything.
Sure.
What is the release that from a boutique label that, I mean, you already kind of touched upon it earlier, Ken, so I'm sure you have another one, but that isn't, that no one's talking about?
I mean,
I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna start off with Jake.
I was gonna say I got one because nobody's talking about this, and I understand why. It's a documentary that I'm pretty sure nobody's ever seen. It's for Scala. It's a documentary about a movie theater in London. And the main reason why I love this documentary so much is because you can tell Severin is a fan of this movie theater. This is a 3-disc set. The first one is on the documentary, and then discs 2 and 3 are specifically for movies that were played in that cinema. And it's absolutely like this movie has like 15, 18 different movies inside of it. And just like drill down in a weekend and watch some of the films, watch the documentary about what this was about, and then go into some of like the weird and obscure movies that this theater played. It's a cool experience, this package, and they fit a lot into this little set as well. I feel like Severin had a very good year this year, and it threw out random oddities like this that no one's
So
talking
that was
about.
Severin?
This is Severin, yeah.
Yeah. You recently talked about that in one of your videos, just like last week, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk.
Just because I want to talk about it as much as I can.
Yeah.
I love that thing. I'm a sucker for documentaries, and I feel like they don't get enough love. And yeah, just the amount of love and care that's in there, and it comes with like a replica poster from what they were. I knew nothing about Scala, and I fell in love with the place, and I wish I could have went there. And the story behind the theater and everything that kind of happened with it is just fascinating. So highly recommended if you're just a fan of like the movie going experience and just like cinema. I don't know, it's good. It's good.
Jordan, what about you? You're muted.
Sorry. I wanted to touch on Jake was talking about documentaries. One, I do want to check out that MVD documentary.
1982.
I need to check that out. But
I brought it
another
over.
good one I thought was the partner label Shutter found footage phenomenon.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was really good. But one that not a lot of people are talking about, at least that I haven't seen much, was from Terror Vision, the Out There Halloween mega tape.
I'm so mad I missed out on that.
I did too.
If you like the first WNUF, you're gonna love this one. It's it doesn't really focus on like the haunted houses, anything like that. It's more of UFO alien stuff.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
all UFO, and it follows this kind of cult that follows the aliens, and they are involved in it. But you know the guy who did these movies, they're amazing, creating your very own commercials dedicated to the actual movie, in that kind of time frame to make that feel, the music, everything. So I think this is a massively under talked about release that I absolutely love this release, and the hard box on this thing is just phenomenal. I think Terror Vision, their stuff is really, really cool that they're coming out with, and like Frogman 2 is another one.
Yeah.
I did get Frogman.
That one I got at Walmart. I don't have the big box set, but to find Terror Vision in Walmart is just amazing.
Well, I got upset because I bought the box set and then I saw it at Walmart for $18, and I'm like, damn it! But then I got the box set and I was happy again because it's a really
and now they're doing
Rumpelstiltskin
supposed to be coming out here.
That one
I can't wait for that to show up. So I think, Terror Vision in general has just been killing it, I think, but especially with the Out There Halloween mega tape.
I need to backtrack and get some of their stuff like Nail Gun Massacre. I heard good things about. So
yeah.
Terror Vision was randomly at my Comic-Con, so I was able to talk to Ryan for a while and pick up on a lot of their titles. And it sucks what happened with them and their warehouse and just the whole situation with like the roof coming off. Then they have to like go out and find a different warehouse to
what?
So it was crazy.
They got like evicted or something at one, and then the other one, the roof caved in and everything. It was bad.
No way. Was it where are they based at?
Aren't they down in like Georgia or Florida?
That's what I was gonna say.
I think it's like Georgia, or
was it around that?
I think I've heard Brad say before he's in Florida.
Oh man.
Okay. Because I know this was the hurricane, obviously, that took out their roof and everything, and it really that's why these got delayed so much.
That's why Rumpelstiltskin's taking a while too.
Yeah, you just gotta with Terror Vision, you just gotta be like, I'll get it when I get it,
and it's worth it from what I've seen.
And just be happy about it.
Right.
I expect to get Rumpelstiltskin in February or March,
and I'm okay.
And it's fine.
Right. Correct.
But with their back catalog, though, I do want to check out the Video Violence 1 and 2.
I have that one. It's a great release. I have the one from when they were OCM.
Did they combine those two together? Is it like the same?
It's in the same set.
The one that I keep seeing, and a lot of people are selling, so I might pick up, is it has same kind of slip box as these, but it's that white slip box.
That's the one I have.
Okay, yeah.
God, Vinegar Syndrome was selling that for like $10-15 when they were getting rid of all the terrorism stuff. That's when I picked it up.
It pounced on it. Dang, nice. John, buddy, what about you?
The one I grabbed is Lahain from Criterion Collection. This came out in April this year. And this one has one of the best black and white 4K Blu-rays I've ever seen in here. Just gorgeous. It's a French movie that came out in 95. And it's just a day in the life of these guys who live in the ghettos of the city and what they have to deal with in their day-to-day life. But the filmmaking is beautiful. I haven't seen many movies look as good as that movie looks.
I wanted to get that. I completely missed it though. I need to grab it on a sale.
It's beautiful. It just looks gorgeous. There's shots in this movie that I just think about the shots.
Yeah.
Really quick, Quietly Gaming's Games mentioned Deaf Crocodile. I just know them recently because of they partnered with Diabolic. Have you guys gotten any Deaf Crocodile? I don't know.
I was looking at one.
did.
I almost got it. Was I can't remember the name. Something Ashes. I really wanted to check out.
Wish I would have got Benny's bathtub when it was $10.
Hell yeah.
The Outcast too. That was another one I was looking at for a while.
I just partnered with them this month, and their box sets are nice. I didn't have a single Deaf Crocodile title in my collection, but this set, it's a nice looking
Looks
box.
like their stuff got way like nicer when they split
sure
from Vinegar Syndrome. Started doing their own thing.
Yeah, Mark over at Orbit, he's been talking them up a lot.
It's almost like Vinegar Syndrome likes to keep all the partners like with the basic slipcover packaging.
Yeah,
I doesn't want them to outshine like their releases.
From what I've been gathering, I think there's a reason why some people only stick with OCN for like a year and then go on their own.
Yeah, except for Shudder, like the Sadness.
Yeah,
which was a great release.
I
don't have that to talk about, but that was a great release.
Ken.
So a couple I brought over. I love my Westerns, and I liked to see Vinegar Syndrome kind of dip their toes into the Western genre this year, even though they didn't dive like headfirst into it. And they've done Westerns before, but this release from the Cinematograph, is that how you pronounce it, Jake?
Sounds great.
Line right here, Going South, was a really fun movie. This was a Jack Nicholson directed Western from the 70s. And I think this was maybe the first movie he directed. He also directed the sequel to Chinatown, and then he directed like one other movie. But Jack Nicholson wanted to be a director, and then he kind of fell into acting. This one also has Mary Steenburgen, who's the mom in Elf, if you guys don't know. This was her first movie, and it's just a really like charming, like romantic comedy set in the Old West with Jack Nicholson and Mary Steenburgen. And I really enjoyed this one. It's got like 3 really good special features. And I don't feel like enough people's talking about this one. Everybody was talking about Cinematograph when it first came out with Red Rock West and Little Darlings. This one came out right after. And it's also got Christopher Lloyd in it. So it's got Christopher Lloyd and Mary Steenburgen, which is kind of like a before like Back to the Future Part 3, which is another Western.
Jack Nicholson and Christopher Lloyd from Cuckoo too.
Yeah. So I just thought this was a really great release, and I like these little Cinematograph. I'm kind of I wanted to collect them all in the beginning, and then they just started to do too many, and I was like, I have to bow out of this. And plus, they're not selling out, so maybe I can always backtrack and grab them for cheaper later on.
Have any of them sold out yet, Ken? Do you know?
I feel like Red Rock West I know did.
Okay.
And I feel like maybe Little Darlings did, but I don't know if any of the other ones did.
Yeah, I just got Going South for their, I think it was 50% off or something like that for their Black Friday sale.
I don't think this one sold well, but it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And this was a 4K also. And it looked great. Westerns always look great in 4K. And then they did this Blu-ray of 5-card stud, like towards the beginning of the year. And this is a movie with Dean Martin and Robert Mitchum in it, like classic actors, and this is a Vinegar Syndrome release, like proper, like their mainline Vinegar Syndrome release. And it's actually a really cool, if I remember correctly, it's like kind of like a slasher film set in the Old West.
Oh,
like somebody gets hanged in the beginning.
Now we're talking, man. Talk dirty.
And it's a group of, it's like a poker game gone wrong. Like they're mad at the guy that won, so they take him out hanging. And then all the people in that poker game start getting picked off one by one by somebody who's not happy about what happened. So it's kind of a mystery. You don't know who did it. It's kind of a whodunit, but it's a cool little movie. It's a cool little movie. And Dean Martin plays the sheriff, and Robert Mitchum plays the guy, kind of like the stranger that comes into town, and it's kind of like iffy if he's the guy that's killing people or not. But it's a good movie. Got good features. Look great on Blu-ray. It's not a 4K, but look great on Blu-ray.
You said that's Vinegar Syndrome?
Huh? This one's
sorry. What movie? What is that called again?
5-card stud.
Okay.
Got a nice
who put that out?
slip cover as well. Vinegar Syndrome.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Or actually, no, this is a VSL. It's a VSL. So it's not like their regular line. It's a VSL, Vinegar Syndrome Labs, which is kind of their experimental line.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I want to see them do more like Westerns and stuff because I like the genre and I like Vinegar Syndrome transfers. And I think them and Westerns are match made in heaven.
Well, you definitely piqued my interest in that one.
Yeah,
Western slasher.
I feel like a lot of people saw this and they were like, "Oh, boring Western classic film," and they passed on it. But it's in Vinegar Syndrome for a reason. There's some horror slasher elements,
and that's one thing that you guys, some of you guys already know. Like that's one genre that I just don't get into, or at least haven't, because you haven't
watched the right movies yet.
Yeah, well, because my dad, he was a Western freak, man. He just loved and that's all, as a young kid, I didn't care about that, and I was boring as hell.
I just got into him like 3 years ago.
Oh man, so that's something that I really want to try to focus on next year. And I know that Jordan, you already kind of mentioned it. Ken, you already mentioned.
I did a whole Western month on my channel.
Yeah, Kino Lorber has some good ones, and then, but yeah,
Unforgiven's one of the best movies ever made. You gotta watch that.
Oh, it is. God, I love that.
That's a good one too. Yeah,
I haven't.
But like The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance with John Wayne and James Stewart, I think that might be my favorite Western.
So I find Western so intimidating to jump into. That's my thing.
Like once you're in, though, it's just like
it sucks you in.
Water's warm.
It's just it's the best. There's really nothing better than it.
The one that you really talked me into, Ken, that I do want to get is Django.
Dude, that was a great movie, and it was an incredible 4K.
And that that definitely.
That same director did. It's called The Great Silence. That's a good one too.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I need to get that one. And the Dollars trilogy too. You haven't seen the Dollars trilogy?
Frank. I've seen, because that's the good.
Wait for Arrow Video to drop that box set. Hopefully, that's coming in 2025.
Yeah, but that's the good, bad, and the ugly, and the two other ones.
That's the third one. So you got Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, and the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first two, so
they're not really connected, like story wise, but like thematically and actor wise, they are.
Oh,
so you don't have to watch them in order. Like a lot of people just know the good, the bad, the ugly. That's what they watch. So.
Cool. Well, yeah, man. Like I said, I think next year I'm gonna try to dip my feet into Westerns. Mine that I Jordan already knows, and I think I already told John about this, but holy shit, man. When I saw this, because it was only like $25, I jumped on it. This cannibalistic movie is Offspring and the Woman from Arrow Video. I love messed up films, and man, the Offspring is such a good movie that no one literally is talking about, because Arrow Video is advertising it, the second movie with the Woman, because there's a trilogy, is Offspring, the Woman, and Darlin', and which my other favorite international boutique label is, I think it's Cape Light Pictures, has the 4K of Darlin'. But anyway, I really enjoyed these movies, and the 4K transfers is pretty damn good, and the special features on this set is very good, man. Like, and it's a no-brainer. Whenever this is on sale again for like $25, this is the movie like set that I mean, Jordan, you already know, man. I was like, you got to get this, man. Like,
yeah, that movie definitely was kind of a sleeper release. No, it just kind of got put out, and that was it, and no one really talked about it. And
oh man,
yeah, I just showed it off, and I was like, yeah, this looks pretty cool, and I threw it over in the pile. Forgot about it forever until Frank just brought it up.
Dude,
now I'll watch it.
See it.
Check
it
out.
But you have to watch Offspring first, because
I mean, I just watched The Addiction from Arrow Video, so surely
how was that? Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Very slow.
Bad Lieutenant E. I know the same director.
Ava Ferreira.
Yeah.
No, it's. I mean, yeah, I
It's
guess
like vampires,
kinda,
right?
it is, but it isn't. It's a very different way to tell a
Okay, I'll
vampire
check it
story.
out because
It's got Christopher Walken in it. Like
Mhm.
they tease you at Christopher Walken,
Yeah.
but he's only in like 3 minutes of the movie,
I hate that. Okay.
and he's great in like the 3 minutes he's in there. But I like Lily Taylor, but she's she's just different in that movie.
Man. Anyway, yeah. Seriously, guys, see that, man. If you love cannibalistic little movies, man, definitely that is my
That's a genre I haven't
yeah.
dove into yet.
Yeah, you already know me, Ken.
That's pretty
Raw
intimidating.
and everything. Yeah. So
Cannibal movies and pedo movies. I haven't dove head first into those yet.
I'm eating dinner. Well, what's up, man? I want to talk about, talked about it earlier. Special features, guys. What is the best special features from just, oh my gosh, hours and hours and hours, right? Special features. Like, what is the best special features that you have seen this year from a boutique label?
Let me go grab one real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's coming to my head isn't from a boutique label, but I want to talk about it. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I don't care.
It's right behind me, and I haven't heard anybody else talk about this either. But one of my favorite movies of the year is Furiosa, and there is an amazing documentary on here that doesn't even show that it's a documentary on the special features. It's got that pinpoint bullet bullshit on here that I absolutely hate. Tell me that there's a documentary on here, and I'll check it out. It's like an hour long. It's so intensive on the history of Mad Max and then the making of it, and just how like the final scene of this movie was kind of changed from what George Miller originally had, because he was just talking with his actors, Anna Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. So
yeah, they did do a full documentary with that, didn't they?
it's so good. I love it. And I feel like no one's talking about it. And
that was good.
For a major studio to make to actually do a documentary again, it's rare, and I feel like I need to talk about it, so hopefully more pop up.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
So what about offhand boutique label?
I knew you were gonna come back to me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
all right. I'll skip you, but I won't forget.
I'll
you.
throw out one real quick.
Okay.
This is from Grindhouse Releasing, Impulse, with William Shatner. This had like 15 hours of special features or something like insane. Like they put like whole movies on here as like special features. Like I'm trying to go through everything. It's a lot that they included, and I don't even think all of it's on the back. But the movie was pretty good. I liked it. But if you want to talk about special features and getting your money's worth, like there's a ton in here to dive into. You got in-depth interviews with the director. You got William Shatner live in Santa Monica. You got additional interviews with the producer. You got audio commentaries. Yeah, I don't feel hours of rare cinematic treasures from the vaults of William Griffey. So the director, like a lot of his like older movies and filmography, like they just threw on here as bonus features. So like there's like a bunch of like just additional movies on here that didn't even really advertise on this release. So not only do you have the movie Impulse, but you got all these other movies from the director on this set.
You said was that Grindhouse what?
Grindhouse Releasing. I think this is like maybe one of two they did this year. But it's a 2-disc set. So
are they I want to say aren't they the same label that did the Beyond?
Yes.
Right? Okay, I thought
and
so.
I think they're supposed to do the Beyond 4K.
Baby, I hope so, man. I heard that the rumor that's happening.
The rumor on the street.
Man. Gus, thank you for the super chat, $5. I appreciate it. And how dare the Reindeer Savers? He has a name.
Furiosa is amazing. I want to say it's my second or third favorite movie of the year.
I thought it was kind of mid.
I'm not a big fan of the Mad Max franchise, so that's another one that
it was okay to me.
I love how much lore it put into that world.
Twisters is the best blockbuster of the year.
Twisters was good. I gotta give Twisters credit because
Really?
it won me over, and that was an uphill battle for me.
Dune Part 2, man.
Doing a
Oh yeah,
Twister,
Dune
doing a
Part 2
Twister
won't make my top
sequel
10 of the year, but Twisters will.
without Bill Paxton. Come
The
on.
sequel was not a
Glenn
fan.
Powell was
They
great.
pulled it off. You didn't like the Twister? You didn't like the Twisters, Jake?
So generic. Like I couldn't get over that. It was just.
I mean, I can kind
A
of
tornado wrangler? Come on,
I
guys.
enjoyed
I mean, I felt like that was intentional. It was supposed to be like a throwback to like those '90s summer blockbusters where, like,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I think
it's
so, too.
cheesy. But
The only thing
it's,
I didn't like is it was so messy. Like you couldn't make anything out. It was just like a bunch of shit everywhere. It's like in the first one, I felt like the tornadoes had like identities.
yeah,
Like, they were like actual like monsters.
This
with their
one,
own,
there's
like personalities. And then this one is just like shit everywhere.
the
It
rain's
just
like
kept
really
blowing,
yeah.
I couldn't make out any like particular like tornado. Like what's the shape? What does it look like? I don't know.
sure.
Because they want us to feel like
That was,
we're in
that
the
was the
tornado
only
with
thing
them.
with that. But I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Probably my best theatrical experience all year, to be honest.
Yeah, that was a good
Twisters,
one for
really?
me.
Did you go to a lot of movies, Ken?
Yeah.
I didn't. I did not. I think. Well, I saw. Me and my wife ranked our.
Oh, there's a
movies we watched
video.
in theaters, and we watched 9 together in theaters, and then I watched 2. My Deadpool and Wolverine, I took my son to, and then I watched Terrifier 3 by myself. So I saw 11 movies in the theaters all year.
What?
Not too much.
Wow.
But you don't have
I'm
like
disgraceful.
great like, theaters right there, right?
No, my theaters suck.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not, they're not.
Again, there's a
anywhere
video
close.
for that, guys.
Yeah, I got all kinds of.
I had to
content
stop
everywhere
complaining
talking
about my theaters after you said what you have. Like, at least I got an IMAX and Adobe theater around
Oh
here.
God, I got.
We just
Oh,
don't get
really?
I have one IMAX in like my entire like state, I think,
Oh my
and I
God.
saw Oppenheimer in that last year.
Nice.
Oh wow!
Nice.
You know, I got one that's like 15 miles away, but it's the only good theater, and we just don't get the movies out here. That's the problem.
Yeah, I feel that too.
That's the problem I have. I have to go an hour out of town to get the good movies. Like I couldn't even see Oddity anywhere near me.
Never came by me. Never
Yeah.
even came.
Dude, I'm so lucky. Right next to me, Regal, 5 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
if
Cinemark.
that. Dude. Oh my
spoiled
gosh.
rotten.
RPX. Oh yeah. So there's no Dolby theater at all in the state of Oregon, but I mean at least I have that. And like,
I've seen
there's-
pictures
oh.
of like some of y'all's theaters, and it looks like y'all going to the freaking theaters in like the year 3000 or something with how high tech they are. Like mine's still back in the Stone Age.
Yeah,
Stained
I will say,
carpets, fucking
I will
sticky
say,
shit
though, a
all over the
movie-
floor when I walk in there.
A movie that I think is going to take it for me this year is Nosferatu.
Oh, dude,
I
hope
can't
so.
wait for that. I
That
can't
one-
make my top 10 list until I see that.
I love Robert Eggers so much. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm really hoping that one delivers. I've heard nothing but great things about it too.
Yeah.
So I'm getting very hyped to see it.
How many movies is Willem Dafoe in a year now? What, like 5?
Oh, he should be in all of
Dude,
them.
I
love
loved
that man.
Kinds of Kindness. That's
Me
one of my
too.
favorite
That
movies
movie
of
was
the year.
great.
I liked it way better than Poor Things.
Me too.
Way better.
Oh, it's such
But
a
it
better
won't get
movie.
any awards recognition at all.
No.
Oh,
I
God,
thought
no.
Emma Stone was way better than that. I liked freaking
Jesse
Willem
Plemons
Dafoe
was great.
Jesse Plemons, yeah, I love that movie, and it's really like a horror anthology.
The way the
Like that's
third
what it is,
one
like
ends,
a Black Mirror or something.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh,
The
yeah,
third
it's great.
anthology one in that, the way that ended, I was like, that's messed up.
Oh yeah, that's
But don't
an
say anything, guys. I
underrated
haven't seen
movie
it,
of the year for sure.
Sons of bitches.
It's on Hulu, Frank.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll definitely
literally,
check it
I
out.
haven't seen one person like show that off on Instagram or anything. I don't think anybody bought it. Nobody saw it.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Jake, there we go. So I'm coming back to you, man.
Special features.
Yeah, and then I'll go to Jordan and Ken.
Oh God, where to go?
Or
I'm
sorry,
gonna let my
John.
dog out. He's crying. I'll be right back.
Right here. Okay. Here's one that I just got, and the main reason why I got it is because of the special features from AGFA. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Because if we are trying to get
What
into
the
the Christmas
hell?
spirit here, this sucker is so jam packed with so many different like Christmas shorts and whatnot, and I'm a sucker for that type of stuff. Give me as much content as I can log on Letterboxd and as in one release as I possibly can.
Who did
Well, that thing
What
has
is
so
that?
many short films too.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
Jake
talking
Jake taught me that hack when we did that was a brain damage show. Like you
Yeah.
can log the documentaries online. I'm like, what?
about. Yeah. Only certain ones.
But what
You
I
gotta-
will
you gotta
say,
look.
yeah, some of them aren't on there, and I've been
Right.
pissed off because I watched a documentary and I'd be like, this shit ain't on there.
Sometimes that's the reason why I do watch it because I'm like, oh, I can log this.
I wouldn't have watched this if I knew I couldn't log it.
Correct. I'm not gonna remember what the fuck I thought about it a year ago anyway if I don't write it down. Yeah, this is from
No, that
Agfa.
slipcover though too.
I know. This sold out so quickly. I was
I
gonna
know.
wait.
I missed out on it.
I bought this when there was less than 100 left. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm getting this.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Santa Claus,
Santa
Conquers
Claus,
the Martians.
the Martians.
It got really big on Mystery Science
Is that
Theater.
Is that like one of the Canadian International Pictures releases?
This is Agfa and something weird.
Oh,
okay. It's on Tubi. I think I watched it on there. I think it's on there.
Let me count it. Like all the there have to be at least 15 shorts on this thing to go along with the movie. So if you just want like a night of watching weird ass Christmas stuff, right here.
Wow.
And I'm all into weird Christmas content. Don't give me the classics. Give me stuff I've never seen before.
My man doesn't watch Home Alone anymore. He's watching Christmas with the Martians. What the hell that was called?
I watch Home Alone with my kids, but when I'm just downstairs in
you need to put that shit in with them.
Leave Daddy alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always gotta watch Home Alone over and over again. I'm like, well, will y'all watch Ernest for once? Damn it! I've been slacking this year with the Christmas watches. Though that's a great movie, but I still am like, it's not a Christmas movie.
It's not a super Christmas. It's a perfect movie, but not really Christmassy.
Like I love James Stewart. I love him.
Right,
he's like my favorite.
Jordan, what about you, man?
We already talked about it, but I'm gonna bring it out again. The Blair Witch Project. The special features, that second sight.
Son of a I'm out of here. Just throwing it in my face.
The 2.5. Here you go, Ken. The 2.5 hour. I think it's 2.5 hours. I said the little one. Is it?
Yeah.
It's longer than the movie. The
that's
documentary
bullshit, Jake.
No, it's beautiful.
It's amazing. Completely just worth the cost that this is worth the documentary itself. Completely. I mean, they go through everything, every question you could possibly have within at least the making of the movie and the release. And what's the company that put this out originally? Artisan. From when Artisan approached them, all that stuff. It's an amazing release. I think the special features in there, it's probably one of my favorite releases of the year. But a close second, and not a lot of people had talked about it, was special features for the Mexico trilogy.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Yep.
Sorry.
That's what made me pissed off about The Faculty. I'm like, freaking Robert Rodriguez did like in-depth interviews on all three of those movies. He wouldn't be The Faculty.
Man. Yeah. But I'm telling you, all the special features this thing has, I mean, for Once Upon a Time in Mexico alone, I mean, that thing is just, there's so many brand new exclusive to Arrow ones. Definitely it'll take you a while to get through all these.
Weird shit, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that was one where people were upset that they weren't all 4K, but once I watched the movies, like I understood.
Well, especially like the first
that
one.
First one did not.
How are you going to get
4K?
that? Doesn't need it, and
at all.
Wouldn't the third one benefit from it though?
Maybe.
It was another one of those things like Zodiac, where it was shot in like the early like digital cameras, like 1080p.
Collateral.
And but that Blu-ray of the third one looked great.
It does. It looks
like
really
it was
good.
a top tier Blu-ray.
But I had never seen El Mariachi, and that was a fantastic movie. And it even talks about how half of those people that were in that movie were his friends from college.
Yeah.
So
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm still not like a super fan of Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I didn't like it that much the first time I watched it. I appreciate it a little bit more now, but Desperado's great.
Yeah.
John.
I didn't grab it, but the one that I was thinking of was that we got a new making of documentary for Drag Me to Hell this year on the 4K, which I didn't even realize was going to be on there, but it was great.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So I was very surprised because I don't think that was on the previously released Blu-ray. So it looked like they just made it for this year, and they never do things like that.
Was it brand new? There was something brand new on that?
Yeah, it was a new making of documentary, which is crazy.
I didn't even notice.
They've been doing
that. They've been doing that. Screen Factory. I mean, for all the hate they get for re-releasing stuff, I mean, they did 3 new special features for Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah, and that was great too. I mean,
they already had great features on the Blu-ray, new documentary and everything.
Drag Me to Hell, the 4K might have not been the biggest thing this year. Like, it didn't blow me away visually, but having a new hour and a half making of documentary, like, that's enough to get me in the door.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely.
Shocker had new features too, I think.
It did.
Yeah.
They've been getting a little bit better. I mean, definitely a lot more on the interviews they've been getting. They don't get like interviews like with like main people, but like on the faculty, at least they got the only new features on there. At least they got interviews with a couple.
Yeah, Nicotero on there. That was kind of cool.
It was interesting.
Well, Jordan already took 2 of my damn picks.
Hey, go over them
man.
again. It's
Come
all right.
on,
You got to go on last, Frank.
You bought enough this year, Frank. You ain't got something else, boy?
I mean, I would say I did really enjoy Trick or Treat because I never saw the film, and the special features for that was just very cool, very in depth. Interviews with like even was it Gene Simmons was interviewed in that for a little bit. I mean, just
Sure,
like,
he got paid.
oh yeah, but I mean, still, it was just really cool to see all these like new interviews for that movie. And yeah, that was a long special feature, and there's other ones as well included in that. But yeah, I think besides that, that was just really cool. And then I'm not gonna lie, man, I really enjoyed where is it? Right here. The interviews and the special features for the stepfather. I liked that. There's some new ones in here, and that is like, first of all, this is, I think I'm going to touch upon it just super quick with you guys. This has been like one of my favorite like blind buys, because and boutique labels, you know, you don't see everything, man. And so for me, like my favorite blind buys was one is from the stepfather, and then the other one that I simply love, and I don't know how in the hell I never saw this movie beforehand, and that's Basket Case. Oh my gosh, man, that was such a great, it's fun film, great release from Arrow Video, and I just really love the slipcover. It's pretty
flexing
badass.
that alternate artwork there.
Hell yeah,
I would too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Frank Henenlotter was definitely, and it started with Jake, was definitely a fun like new director that I discovered this year. Frankenhooker was really fun too.
Agreed. I like that.
Yeah,
The best for me.
Yeah. What's your favorite 4K transfer from a boutique label this year?
There's a lot of them. There's a big one we haven't touched upon yet, and I think it would win like all categories. Let me go get it.
Yeah, bring it up.
Yeah,
I got one that I think is the best 4K transfer of the year so far. And it's from a boutique label.
you do it.
Crimson Peak from Arrow Video.
Yes,
Hmm.
that was
This
good.
transfer is gorgeous. My God,
I have
it's
one.
beautiful. Visually stunning.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
going to bring out the Conans.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah,
This was a big release right at the beginning of the year, and Barbarian in particular, I think, had like 8 or 9 new features on it. And then it had like a bunch of like past archival stuff, including a documentary. Destroyer had like 4 or 5 new features, but both of these 4Ks were like stellar, like especially Barbarian. I thought was incredible. So I think this release right here is a front runner for like best of the year for sure.
Jake, what about you?
This release technically was out in the UK last year. It's out in the States this year, but I've only seen the first one. But the Hellraiser 4K transfer looked really fucking good.
The first one,
That's
yeah.
probably the best.
First time I
release
watched
from
the movie
Arrow.
too, and it just blew me away.
Yeah.
You said that's the first time you watched that movie?
Yeah, I need to watch the others because I had a fun time. I know.
The 2 did not look as good as 1,
Okay,
which disappointed me.
sure.
3's kind of messy, just the way it was shot and filmed and stuff.
Mhm.
Bloodline looks great though.
Okay,
Bloodline look great.
good to know.
Jordan, what about you?
This is a new one. I already said I just watched this before I got on here. Just got it in yesterday, I want to say. From Beyond from 88 Films. Now, I don't know. This might be the same transfer as Vinegar Syndrome. I don't know. But what I do know is if you guys are, that means if it means anything to you with disc size, it says have the 100 gig disc, which I know Vinegar Syndrome only has like a 66. But as far as an 80s movie, I mean, this looks phenomenal. This is probably the best that I've ever seen as far as the transfer goes. If you guys haven't seen it, I mean, phenomenal.
All right, and that movie's like set up to just look incredible, just with all those incredible colors and
the pinks and all the different colors throughout the movie. I loved it. So makes me
Barbara
excited.
Crampton in the black leather in the red room. Yeah, everything
Case
is
closed.
Excited for potential reanimator.
Ooh,
yeah.
Just saying.
yeah, that's gonna look really good.
But yeah, no, definitely my pick would be this right here. I think this was the best one I've seen.
Speaking of Barbara Crampton and transfers, because she's in this movie for like 2 seconds, but Body Double from Sony.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I love
was
Body
an
Double.
amazing. It's one of my favorite movies. Like I love that movie.
Oh, that movie is so good.
But the 4K was like pristine,
Mm-hmm.
so good. Like Sony always does a really great job.
I
But,
love
like,
the music.
That one in
Oh my
particular,
gosh.
What's it, Frankie
just
and
like
the
next
what?
level.
This
Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Yeah,
Relax.
that looks so good in that movie.
Yeah, and that's a great steelbook. Like that artwork's just perfect. The poster and I don't know. That's
The debossing, Ken, in the title. It's everything.
Did they deboss it? I don't even think I remembered that.
Embossing and debossing.
I'll never forgive that guy for reacting that way, for coming home when his wife's in there, like banging another guy, and he just walks out of the room. I'll never move past that. Like, come on, you know, like
she just like looks at him like,
yeah, and he just like,
what do you want me
all
to
right,
do?
like, I'll go in the kitchen and wait, I guess, and then we'll talk
shit.
about this.
Oh my god, man!
Yeah, you gotta watch that, Jake. That is a gnarly, like trippy ass movie.
So you haven't seen Body Double yet?
I haven't really watched a lot of De Palma, so
I've never seen Body
I'm
Double
on a
either.
De Palma
So
kick right now, so
I
I said
know.
Body Double.
Yeah, always
It's
suggest
Rear Window like influenced, but it's really like a lot more than that.
Yeah,
Vertigo, Rear Window.
That's only like a small portion of it.
Yeah, I love Blowout too, man. Oh my
That's
god,
Blowout's incredible.
That
so
that
good.
Criterion release was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that's one of their best 4Ks.
They probably have some great 4Ks. Carlito's Way is a great one too from Arrow.
Oh yeah. To Address the Kill. He's got a lot of his stuff on 4K now.
Yeah.
John, what about you?
I was just saying, Crimson Peak was the one.
Oh, that's right. Did everyone? I'm trying to think because we kind of just went. Everyone, Ken, did you go? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I brought out the Conans.
Okay,
I
and
brought out
then
Body Double.
Jake. Okay, just wanted to make sure I haven't missed anyone. Mine. You guys mentioned some damn good ones. I'm gonna mention one that people haven't even mentioned or rarely mentions, and I'm gonna say Ghoulies 2 from MVD.
I brought over MVD as like
man.
a sleeper label this year because they did some good stuff. Cutting Class was a great 4K too.
I don't have that one.
Like this was like miles ahead of that Vinegar Syndrome release.
Yeah,
and I think it had some new features too. Same actress as Stepfather, Jill Jolene, I think is her name.
Okay,
I think she did a new interview on this one as well.
Yeah, Ghoulies too. I mean, it's set in a circus, so like just the colors just look fantastic, and MVD. Oh my gosh, this transfer
it looked as good as the first one.
The first one looks so good. I wasn't a fan of the movie though, so I haven't popped in Ghoulies 2.
You didn't like the first Ghoulies?
I did.
This one's comical. This one's more comical.
You were upset.
They
didn't come out of the toilet the whole movie, weren't you?
I mean, it's on the damn cover. You got to do something. Yeah. Just the cult aspect of everything.
So apparently, like the story was that they made that poster before they shot the scene of it coming out. They put that in the movie because they made that poster, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, I brought out MVD Rewind. I wanted to talk about it as like a sleeper label of the year because they did two great 4Ks, but this like 1982 documentary was like truly.
One of the best about movies. It. Like I know.
I popped this in because I was like, I like the movies by the year and stuff, and just like diving into particular years. And I thought I was like, it's gonna be like 90 minutes, some good interviews and stuff. And I was like, oh damn, that's like 3 hours long. But I sat there and watched like the entire thing, and it goes by so fast. So like they bring in so many people that were involved in all these movies. They talk about stuff that you've been wanting to like you've been wanting clarity on for like the longest time. It feels like the whole like Poltergeist thing where they're talking about Hooper and Spielberg, and that's always a debate of like who actually directed the movie. Like they cleared that up pretty much.
Oh wow.
And just in-depth stuff about like all the big movies, but they also go like super in-depth on stuff that you've never even heard of as well. So it was just a really good like comprehensive look at the entire year. And they go into like all the films that were like nominated for Best Picture that year, which are movies that everybody's forgotten about because nobody usually like remembers all the big Oscar movies.
God, he's not bad.
And they devote like an entire section of that. So like it left me like wanting to see like 40 different movies.
If you're a fan of like I love the 80s, 90s, best week ever, that old school VH1 stuff, this will scratch that itch for sure. Because I was a fan of that stuff when it was
that's
I gotta get that.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
But it's so great because you have the talking heads, but you also have the people that were actually involved in the movies. And there's just so many people. Like William Shatner's on there, Dee Wallace, and and there's just so many. Like 1982, like when they really break it down, it's like, damn. Like I think 1984 is still like slightly better, but 1982 is an incredible year.
So that's what I was going to ask because how your guys describing it sounds flippin' amazing. Have they done 84, 82?
So they're apparently doing 84 next.
I went to a
82
they're doing 84.
So is this their first one they've done?
This is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would take one for every year of the 80s, like if they wanted to do it.
The Comic-Con I went to had an interview, live interview with Dee Wallace and Henry Thomas, and it was to promote 1982, and they talked a little bit about their future projects, and 84 should be coming out sometime next year. They were in the final touches of doing it.
So Dee Wallace and Henry Thomas are going to be a part of that?
Well, they were just there promoting 1982. I don't know if they're going to be, but the people
I think Henry Thomas, I think Cloak and Dagger was from 84.
I would assume that. Yeah, if they were making the circuits, I'm assuming they'll interview him for that too.
But yeah, I mean, both of those years are like definitely in contention for like the best years of the 80s.
Sure,
for sure.
This is flying by super damn fast. Because I still got 2 damn questions. So
real quick, I just want to throw in one more thing.
Okay,
because I forgot, and I was going to mention this, but no one talked about 4K transfers. But Killer Clowns.
Yeah, so good, man. Yeah,
no one talked.
Steelbook of the year.
I got it, man. Yeah,
when you talked about Ghoulie Stew in the circus, I completely forgot to pull this. So.
Dude. Yeah,
that was a great 4K.
And that's one of the things. Like, there were so many good 4K.
That's one I never thought would come to 4K. That was one I couldn't believe.
Yeah. So, really quick, what was your favorite? Because I did most surprising. What was your favorite boutique label this year?
That's a big question, Frank. I don't know.
I know that's what I'm at. So I'm starting to start how I originally started. Jake. So Jake, go ahead.
Yeah. If I have to go with my gut, I still am gonna go with Umbrella. But honestly, there are a few companies that I could go with that are on like the same like S tier level this year. Like I would say top. I don't want to do top 3. I don't want to steal from anybody else, but I think Umbrella really elevated themselves, and they're continuing to kind of keep that momentum going for 2025. And I think this year will be the one that they kind of gets remembered for, I guess. And I think they're only going up from here.
Mm-hmm. And I think you touched upon it earlier. So was that Super Mario Brothers your favorite release within?
My favorite box set of the whole year was that Super Mario Brothers one. Yeah, because talking about special features on there, that sucker was loaded. That was a 3-disc set, and they even like put together like the super rough cut edition of that movie too. Like anything you could ever possibly imagine being made for Super Mario Brothers was in that set, and they did that on a few occasions with some of these box sets for some of these films.
Yeah, fantastic pick. Jordan, what about you?
Yeah, I'm not going to go too much into it because I want to do a video on it, but Second Sight for me, I think they absolutely killed it this year. I think with mainly 2 releases, mainly for me is The Hitcher. I think this has got to be possibly their release of the year, at least, if not the Blair Witch Project. But those 2 right there solidified that as my favorite boutique label of the year for sure.
That's a good one.
Well,
There's some bangers.
looks like John, rest in peace.
Oh.
So I will.
He's
There you
back.
go. Oh,
I need to go grab one more thing.
okay. So what about you, buddy?
So I'm gonna go with Arrow. I think that they had a great year this year.
Very solid.
You know, Trick or Treat. That was a phenomenal transfer too. It's hard to sell it better than Ken did, but these were great earlier in the year, and just the Arrow box sets always get me. I love these hard cases.
I like the individuals, but damn it, I really want that what would they call it? The Chronicle one?
Yeah, Conan Chronicles.
I love that.
That's a great looking
back.
cover.
The only thing gripe I
Look at
have,
the
I
gloss
wish they
pops.
used the barbarian picture.
Yeah, as the cover.
Instead
Yeah.
of, yeah, it's the
Well,
only gripe I have.
It's the superior movie, Barbarian, is it not?
It is, but you know, everybody was underselling Destroyer, saying it was like crap, and I was just like pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
I love the callback to the camel joke. Like, that's enough.
I still can't believe that. I was like, what the fuck did I just see?
That's just a camel in the face. It's unbelievable.
Dude, so good, man.
But the witch scene in the tent makes the first one for sure.
It's such a good movie. But they also gave us, Demolition Man. We got Demolition Man on 4K. And the Silence of the Lambs, we finally got a good version of that after 3 tries.
Oh, yeah.
Far
That's a good
superior than Kino's, man.
But, oh my God, it's by far the best. And then, of course, Carlito's Way was this year also, right? So
that was last year.
last year, well, anyway,
Mhm.
I'll forget that one. But
It's a good. It's worth bringing to next year too. It was so good.
So I just thought that they knocked it out of the park with their hard cases this year. Everything, the transfers for the most part were great. Heather's was another one that they came out with this year.
Yeah.
Well, I'll piggyback off of John, and I would also say Arrow Video, and you can't compare like what they did this year to last year. Like I just think last year was one of the most impressive runs for any boutique label. So, but I think like if you're comparing them to last year, like, yeah, it was a weaker year for Arrow Video, but overall as like a company and what they did this year, I still think they knocked it out of the park. Now this release that I should have brought out earlier for like an underrated release is American Gigolo from Arrow Video.
I got
like
that one.
This was an insanely incredible release that looked fantastic, had tons of special features. I think there was like 8 or 9 new ones, and Paul Schrader and just all kinds of new interviews with the actors and the crew and little video essays and stuff like that. And I had watched this movie earlier in the year for the first time on Blu-ray. So I actually watched this movie twice this year. Yeah, and I liked it a lot better the second time when I watched it on 4K. I just got more into the film, and Richard Gere's great in it. And I think this is a release that not a lot of people are talking about. And this was Arrow Video didn't do a ton of box sets like in the first half of the year. Like if you go back and look, like they didn't start like ramping up, I feel like, until like the until the later parts of the year. I think this was June. And I think this was one of their first ones they did like the slipcover on and everything too.
Do you like that, Ken? Do you like the slipcover on the I'm indifferent on it.
I do, I think. I like a good slipcover. I think it, kind of protects the box a little bit. I like that extra security on the box set. And I like it better when, haven't they done ones where the slipcover is like different than the artwork on
Demolition Man? Yeah.
Demolition Man. I like that, when it's a little bit different. Kind of what 88 Films did with From Beyond too.
American Pie is like the perfect example.
I like it.
I got to get that one, man. Damn it. Okay.
Arrow did Narc this year too on 4K, which
that was a good release too, man.
And they did Friday the 13th 09. Fix that cinematography.
And they did cool shit that I'll probably never watch, like that J Horror box set. Like,
so cool though.
Maybe I'll never watch it.
I was going to talk about. Oh my gosh, man!
Like Frank loves that.
Somebody that's like huge fans of like J Horror, like that's a dream come true. So they're just doing cool shit like all over the place, and they're very diverse. And I don't know, their transfers are they just always knock it out of the park. The features are excellent. I agree. I think it was Arrow's year again.
For me, I would definitely say it is kind of like 1A, 1B. I would still say for me, it's Second Sight, man. For the movies that I really love, the genre, the messed up films, all this other type of stuff, man. Like Inside, freaking Frontiers, High Tension, Blair Witch, Creep, Sacrament, Gungeum, Borderlands. I mean, like literally just like all I'm a huge horror fan, and um uh, just the Blu-rays look so damn good too, man, on their transfers. They look so good. And I think that's something that I know because Ken and John, you guys know, and I think Jordan knows as well. Like I started recollecting movies in 2019, and the movies that I collected 4Ks, like a bunch of 4Ks, but then like discovering Second Sight and everything, like Blu-rays are they're still really good transfers, man. And I think that that's just something that I have to remind myself, is that go with like some of these Blu-rays and don't poo-poo them, man, because
Don't
again,
poo-poo.
yeah, don't poo-poo. But yeah, man, for me, and also I do have to say, like for Arrow Video, I already mentioned Offspring, The Woman, J Horror Rising. I want to say Dark Water came out earlier this year. This was a really good release. Again, Japanese horror film.
I didn't bring it over here, but it's another Western, and I completely forgot about it. But I loved The Shootist with John Wayne, and that was his last film he did, and Arrow Video put that out. And that was a freaking stellar release. Had some great features, and the Blu-ray looked incredible. But that was another great Arrow release.
Yeah. Last question is, if you had to pick or suggest one movie, one release, the movie and all the release, every special features, the whole package, to someone, what would it be? This is a big one.
The whole package.
The whole package.
The whole package.
I feel like I'm on Celebrity Jeopardy right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I can't recommend any Second Sight to Jay because he doesn't get the whole package on those.
Slim down version. Nice and compact.
Recommended to anyone?
Yeah, I know that's the hardest part. Like I feel like
to anyone, so it's got to be a movie that anybody could enjoy, right?
Well, and again, it could be like just like yours. I mean, because like again, I love horror films, so of course I'm probably gonna select like a damn horror film, a horror movie.
No, but everybody, Frank.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody.
But I will give you guys, unless you guys already have an answer.
I got an answer, so I guess I can go first.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna go with Criterion's release of No Country for Old Men. I think I can recommend this wholeheartedly. Everything in here, there's not a thing, it's not a flaw in here. Nothing to complain about. You get all the great extras that were on the previous Blu-ray. You get all the new extras. Speaking of extras on here, there's one that I never saw before. It's like a mockumentary that Josh Brolin made of the making of the movie. It's like 10 minutes long, and it's like a fake hit piece on the Coen brothers, and it's really funny. And they're like making fun of Javier Bardem's accent in it, like Woody Harrelson's like, yeah, I couldn't understand a damn thing that guy said, but he's like, Josh Brolin, man, what a great guy. I loved working with him, like, because Josh Brolin directed it. So, and then the movies never looked better. It was already a good looking movie. You know, Roger Deakins shot it, so it is a masterpiece in the Western genre. And Criterion, I knew they would. They definitely knocked it out of the park with this one. So I'm glad
you called it a Western. I knew a lot of people that didn't want to call it a Western.
Why not?
I don't know.
Definitely got it in its roots for sure.
Because people have this like idea that a Western can only be set in the Old West, and it can't be set in more modern times.
I mean, it's more than like just like when
it's a neo-Western.
Yeah, it's a neo-Western. It's the proper term for it. You know,
all the same themes are there. Like it's a Western
tone. Like it's all there.
That movie's so good, though. I can't wait for it.
It's perfect.
Jake.
We've talked a lot about Trick or Treat, but I really had a good time with Trick or Treat. I thought this was a very good complete package because not only do you get a lot of the special features that were in Blu-rays and DVDs before, you get a few extra special feature interviews in here. You get to interview the kid who played Sam. I thought that was a very good interview piece.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
and I hate listening to interviews half the time because I'm like, I'd rather just have this in the documentary. But that was a good one. Yeah. And then the 4K transfer specifically around like fire on this one, I was very like blown away with. Like the jack-o'-lantern in the room blaring up was amazing. The campfire with like the werewolf transformation was great. I just thought this was a very solid release from Arrow Video, and I think it got talked about when it got released, but it's kind of been quieted down the past couple months. But this is super solid.
Very good pick, Jordan.
This one I keep pushing, and I actually talked about it in last night's live stream. And so I made sure it wasn't a second sight for Jake, but I'm going with Intruder from Umbrella.
Hey,
if you're a big horror slasher fan, and I know this isn't a 4K, but it doesn't really need to have 4K. And what's amazing with this is you're getting an excellent, awesome movie. You're getting really cool packaging. I mean, like I talked about, it has a reproduction of a magazine in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
right?
Yeah, that looks so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got that, and then you get like 3 short films in this. I think 3 or 4 short films that came with this. 3 short films. There's
from the director.
You get new video essays and all this stuff, and plus, of course, all the other stuff that have come out before. But I love this movie. I love this release that Umbrella did. So yeah, I definitely recommend people picking this up and checking it out.
That was a fun movie.
Umbrella does a great job with video essays too. I feel like they do that more than any other boutique. Give me more video essays and not essays I have to read, please. Thank you.
I agree.
Well, they do both.
Correct.
Ken.
So everybody, I've been talking this one up all year. Everybody knows how much I love it. But Happiness, this is a must own for your collection.
I got
If you like dark comedies, if you like the casual molestation of young boys, you'll love this film. No, I'm just joking. Fuck that movie. I am going to recommend a Weird Criteria movie that I actually loved, and everybody was talking about how disturbing this film was, but Gummo.
Oh, that
Gummo,
grosses
that
me.
surprises me.
That bathtub.
I would recommend Gummo to everybody. Everybody needs to see this film once in their life.
No,
I love this movie. This reminded me of like an early, or like an early A24 film, like The Florida Project, like American Honey, just like those like really like real like raw depictions of like just like life in like poor areas. And I don't know, it's like I grew up in a small town and I knew people like this in this movie. So it just felt very realistic to me. And I know a lot of people might watch this and they might think that it's so over the top, but like I really did like know people that acted and behaved in this way in my town. So I don't know, it just it hit me a certain way. Like I loved it. It just felt like it felt like so ahead of its time. I can't believe they made this movie in 1997. Like, cause it really felt like an independent film from A24 that would come out nowadays. So I love this movie.
It felt like home, Ken.
It felt just like
home.
You know, like I shit you not, I'm watching this movie and they're in this house and they're just painting on this wall and this memory unlocks. And I'm like, I had the very same like art piece on the wall of my house growing up. Like it had been there, like I think all 19 years I lived in my parents' house. And it was on the wall in this movie. I'm just like, there you go. So it really actually did feel like home, actually. But no, and there's some really, the 4K looks incredible. Like if you would have told me they made this in 2024, like it was a brand new movie, I would believe you. Like that's how good it looked. And there's I think a new special feature with the director Harmony Korine, and then there's some kind of visual essay in here as well. and this had never been put out on Blu-ray. This was an upgrade from DVD, so another first time to Blu-ray and 4K for this one. So yeah, Gummo's a great, and the artwork's great too. I think that's the best artwork like Criterion did all year. That's just my opinion. People give them a hard time about artwork. That was a good one.
I think they usually have good artwork. Sometimes they miss.
Yeah,
I really like that Godzilla one. I don't know if that's a same as the Blu-ray, but I like the little pop up. Oh, okay, is it? I still like it. Yeah.
Everybody confirm with me. It's the same.
Oh, okay. Mine, it actually surprises me, man. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna pick like a damn Umbrella release or a Second Sight release, because everyone knows how I kind of love those labels and all that shit. But I kept coming back to this. I don't know, and that's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I really love this movie. The transfer. There's no Dolby Atmos or anything, man, but I still think that this is like just a great overall release from Shout Factory, man. Special features, again, the Steelbook design.
One of my favorites of the year.
It's probably going to be like my favorite, but damn, this is the one that I would suggest, man. It's so good, man. Oh my gosh. And the 4K transfer, the details, holy crap, man. So damn good, man. And that really surprises me because we all talking, I'm looking around like, what the fuck am I gonna pick? But I just still kept coming back to Killer Clowns.
Go with your heart, Frank.
Yeah. It's fucked
Listen
up.
to you.
Another one I want to bring up real quick, also from Arrow Video, was A Simple Plan.
Yeah.
And I think that is Sam Raimi's best film.
I just got it. I haven't watched
Solid flick.
I still need to get it.
His most mainstream film for sure.
It's my favorite first time watch of the year. I love the movie, and the 4K was excellent. It had good features, and it was another upgrade from DVD. So,
I just wish
no Blu-ray
from my time with millions.
There was, I mean, there is a Blu-ray. Like you can get the Blu-ray from
gotcha.
or the 4K, but it had never been put out beyond DVD.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, wow. Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton is great. Bill Paxton's great.
Yeah.
You got what's the
Bridget
actress's name?
Bridget
Fonda. Yeah, great. The other guy too that's in it, that's their friend. Like he's phenomenal too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a good special feature interview with the wife of that guy.
Yeah, that was a good interview. That was,
I like her. I didn't expect her to like look like that because of the way they dressed her up in the movie. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, nice old lady. Like I like those interviews with older actresses that come back and they're like, oh, people want to know about this movie.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
They just seem happy to be there sometimes to talk.
Yeah. She's like, I was hired by this guy, but I got there and Sam Raimi was there. I was like, oh, okay.
She does have one of the more memorable moments of the movie.
That's where Sam Raimi shines. That was his moment that day. He's like, I know we're doing.
Yeah, that felt very Sam Raimi.
Oh man, well, I can't wait to see it, man. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Holy crap, this has been fun. Time flew by so damn fast. So much more we could talk about boutique labels and everything of 2024. So again, before we go, I'm gonna have you guys talk about your channels, promote it, do what you guys do best, man. You guys have wonderful channels, all of you. So thank you for being on. Jake, go ahead, man.
Yeah, Steelbook Obsessed on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I just hit 10,000 followers on YouTube a couple days ago, so that's been that was my goal at the end of the year, and hit it a few weeks early. So that's always nice. Yeah,
congrats.
Yeah, make a video every day, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Jordan.
Yeah, well, thanks, Frank, for having me on again. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm on YouTube and Instagram, mainly those two, as the Movie Den. Yeah, I'm excited, especially 2025. I think that's going to be my first time really starting strong January, and hoping to grow a lot more next year, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm loving doing this and loving, being able to have a community with you guys. It's really awesome. So I'm excited for what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
John?
Yeah, I'm John from Let's Talk. I'm just here with Frank every Tuesday whenever he does one of these shows. And then You know, over my channel, got reviews today. Did No Country for Old Men. The Faculty be out tomorrow, and then the Q&A show on Saturday, and Let's Talk Physical Media on Sunday. And that's really it.
Ken.
I'm Ken at Midlevel Media, and you can come follow me over on my channel, my Instagram, my that's about it. I don't really post too much on TikTok anymore.
A month anyway.
I know. I'm glad I didn't dive into it. But I'm just trying to keep up, cover as much as I possibly can, the releases, and I dropped a review for Joker Fade Adu on 4K this morning at 5 a.m. by mistake. I usually drop my stuff in the afternoon, but I messed up on the times. Got a review for Transformers 1 coming, the 4K Steelbook, and whenever I get my shit in, I'll review Congo on 4K, No Country on 4K, Creep, Blu-ray. Like, I'm excited to get all this stuff, but I'm still waiting on a lot.
Are you going to review the Blair Witch?
Probably. I would say so.
Cool.
Yeah.
As far as me, I do have a video coming out tomorrow. It was literally like the best Walmart shopping experience I've had, because over here in the Pacific Northwest, the Walmarts are pretty shitty. So I just couldn't believe it. It was a Christmas miracle. And then also in that video, I have my winner of my monthly subscriber prize. So anyway, guys, all their links are down in the description section, so go ahead and subscribe to them. And thank you guys for joining tonight. I greatly appreciate it, and have a good one, guys.
Bye, everybody.